There is our proud gardener. Let's start off over here with the overhang. So that's filled, and that will drape over with flowers, and that will look really nice. And then this tree flowers, and it will flower a lot once it gets reestablished, since it's been brought from the nursery center and potted. Now they all have to settle down and get going. So and some of these will get pots for them eventually. So we're about 70%. I can't name them. It's just for looky. That I know is paper flower. But some of these I probably can name, some of them I can't. But I think it's irrelevant. Come over to the next box. This flowers eventually. We'll get little flowers on the ends of these. So we've got our second box. Palm. Another palm we'll get a nice pot for. Very nicely done with little accent plants and different shades to blend together. Beautiful. And another palm. This is a lemon tree that is native to Vietnam. And I could be mistaken, but my little beautiful gardener has gone away. So could be a lime tree, folks. Don't hold me to it. Then the last of our boxes for now. Saw these tall, skinny grass plants, grassy like plants. I was like, oh yeah, I just love them. So we got 3 of them, put them in a box. So we got some reddish orange here, and then on the other side, some yellow. Now I've just listening to what my wife says. I like, the, what do you call it? The scientific names for these plants and then the common names for them. I don't really take a lot of interest in, but I did hear her say, and it's obvious when you look at it that these are considered to be a common name for them is like a firework flowering plant. Beautiful little purple flowers there. Yeah, another nice blend. And then she's got some more kind of fruit and other types of trees started here. Those are just decorative bushes on the little inner portion of the front house just for decoration. We've got some more leftover plants here that we're going to eventually get more pots to put them in. Excuse me. This, I heard this being mentioned at the nursery when we were looking at it and bought it. This, I know for a fact, is a lemon tree, and this is a common lemon tree of America. Nothing yet. I love this tree when I saw it at the nursery, and I was like, yeah, just get it. And we ran out of, we had 10 bags, 25 kilos each of potting soil, which I thought was a lot. And we're still a little short. And I hauled every single one of those bags up the stairs, up here to the second floor patio on a bum leg. It's a temporary injury. Little bicycle accident. So the leg's a little stiff, but you do what you gotta do. So I hauled that all up there. Along with some other parts that get mixed in with that topsoil, some regular dirt, and also like, I'll show you. That's like coconut shavings, like a coconut debris that you mix in with your potted soil just for nutrients and water distribution. It's just good for plants. So I love this tree. I'm not sure we're gonna keep it here exactly, but for now it's just sitting there until we get some more topsoil, garden soil, plant soil to plant it properly. But I do like this tree. I like the fat base of it, and the fact that you don't plant it deep into the ground. It sits on top of the soil, only half buried. We got some of these bluish, navy kind of bluish pots. I like the color of them. If you know the types of plants and trees and flowers these are, God bless you. This one, I only know about it is it's called a happy tree. And in terms of feng shui, it's supposed to bring like happiness into the home. And this one that we saw is it's got a really great shape to it. It's very healthy, strong. The leaves are gorgeous and almost leathery in appearance. They're light green, and then as they mature, they get darker. Got a good pot there, kind of like more of a deeper bluish, purplish black. It might appear to be all black, but it's like almost like a dark slate gray, trying to describe the color. Very nice addition to the patio up here. And yeah, that's about it. My wife is a wonderful gardener, a natural gardener, natural green thumb. And things are looking really good up here on the second floor patio. So the process that I discussed previously, where we're talking about filling this space with plant life, so that when we come up here, it's not just a drab patio with nothing on it. You have to landscape it. You have to decorate it. We picked up this little sofa and table, which we've got 2 chairs and a small table at the front porch for relaxation and seating. It's okay. It's not bad. Comfortable. We put the roof overhang up a couple months ago. And this tree it rests just outside our fence line, so it doesn't really belong to us. It belongs to the neighbor who owns this rice field. But this is the only one in the whole circumference of the property. And so it's been kept here. It was here when we bought the land, and it's grown about 10 feet since we originally started to look at the property, and it's doing very well. It's a beetle tree. That's what they call it here. And this sucker's gonna get very, very tall. It will eclipse the roof line probably within several months. And she grows like crazy. Birds have put nests in here. They will build nests in the deep part of the leaves. So now this is what you see. This is our beginning. And she's done a great job. She's done a wonderful job. The moisture is from her washing down the porch from all the dirt, mixed all the soil and everything up here. Just awesome. We went to another nursery, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago. And I started formulating the idea of the pots. I like the forms of these little square pots, and then we bought the one fat one for the lime or lemon tree. And so we've got it like 2, and then 1 fat pot, and then one here, and in the corner we still need another one to provides a symmetry to the pot space, the way the pots are laid out up here. So we're one shy for that area right there. So when I say 70%, what I mean is that I didn't want anything. Let's have a seat. I didn't want anything tall or that was going to obstruct the glorious view from here. And as far as like this particular palm right there, and that one over there is okay. This one seems okay. The view of the mountains and the sunsets are always back here on the other side. It sets behind the mountains there. Just wanted this view to remain and not be obstructed. So this will work out well with the way that the pots are set up. Now you see we have bricks under each of the pots. To elevate them so that of course when you water them it will drain. That was temporary. You know, I wanted to raise them. I think we can find something significantly more attractive. So that will be in the future plan as well. The other thing I wanted to mention, excuse me, was that, yes, don't want my front view obstructed, and I don't exactly want a jungle up here that you can't walk through. However, like there's another 2 meters of space right up front here that we will fill on each side. So we're gonna stuff each of these corners with a lot of different flowers and plants and potted plants and stuff. So that's still to come. And that's gonna be the next phase. You might find this interesting. Can't see them, but the aunties and the people that live in the village here, the farmers, the people that grow and cultivate this rice, they utilize a large spot in front of our home to lay out the plastic tarps and then to put the rice on top and then spread it out so that it will dry. And so, you know, we do not have any qualms about that. When we were building the home, we were made to understand that the road and the additional space that we created just in front of the gate, which goes to the road, which creates a little bit of a larger section of cemented space here, is utilized by the village to spread out and dry their rice. There's usually tarps running all the way along and down. A lot of the rice has already been dried. And then that's during the middle of the day. And if you get any rain in the evening or in the mornings, the rice gets covered. You know, it gets scooped into a pile and then covered with the tarp to avoid the rain from getting to it. And then it's reopened in the morning when the sun comes out and then throughout the middle of the day. Once that's finished, it all gets bagged up in 50-kilo bags, and then they come and pick it up with excuse me. You know, I've been out of America for so long, and my mind has been relaxed for so long that I forget the names of the machinery, which I used to know quite easily and quite commonly. but I've dispensed with so many things since I've come out here, particularly into the farm area and into Vietnam as it is, that I've reduced my thinking down to a much simpler level. Forklift is the word I'm looking for. She's got about half a ton of rice sitting right outside in front of our house here, bagged up, covered with a tarp, ready to go. They'll bring the forklift down, pick it all up, and take it away for sale and whatever. We're gonna get some long, probably 2-inch bamboo poles, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna run them along the top here. We'll hang them down by some wire and curl it around so that the bamboo poles are reachable, and we'll do a couple of rows of them, one near the front here and one near the back, and then we'll just start hanging a bunch of hanging plants up there. So we're gonna have another phase to the landscaping here, where we will hang the bamboo poles and then hang the hanging plants up here. So we'll have something up there as well. Then, of course, I did talk about it. It's still in the works to get I would like an outdoor sink with a table and a barbecue. Something I can utilize while I'm standing. Not a little short squat barbecue, but something a little taller to flow in with with an outdoor table with a sink, so we can barbecue and prepare food up here, as well as something integrated in terms of a fish cleaning station, because I'm catching fish right over there and I'm bringing them home, and I would love to be able to clean them out here. We've got a sink, we've got water, we've got drainage, so it'll work out good. So I hope this wasn't too boring. I am very impressed and pleased with the awesome job my wife did up here. I picked out a lot of these plants. However, I have hobbies: my fishing, my bicycling, my book reading, my YouTubing and television and movies, and various other things that I do. I still do a lot of the grunt work, which was bringing every one of these plants and trees up to the second floor patio, bringing all the bags of soil. And if we're out in the yard and a big hole needs to be dug, I'm your guy. I'll give you one more quick example I talked about before. That tree right there, when it was potted, it was so heavy. And a very large hole had to be dug by yours truly. And then that tree had to be lifted and taken from there to that spot, then lifted up, held in place, and then lowered into the hole. Now I half lifted, half drug it to the spot. Everything worked out well, but that was an enormous amount of heavy lifting. That's okay. I'm physically capable of doing it, so it's done. I've showed you the landscaping downstairs. One more thing I will show you before I leave you is from up here you can really see the thickness of the bamboo. It was growing pretty wild, so I took some rope and intertwined it through the metal fence post, and then drew it tight so I could tighten the bamboo close to the fence so we could walk We can walk through there without any difficulty. But this bamboo has been just crazy in a good way. And you can see how the stalks of some of them, they're here. You know, this is 25 feet, and it's just so cool that some of these stalks from the bamboo plants have gotten so tall, thick and tall. Look at this thing. You know, that's approaching 30 feet. And there are several of them, and it's just so cool to see how crazy the bamboo grows and how quickly. It's amazing and just a joy. And it's called fishing pole bamboo because of the way that the stalks are formed. And someday, in talking to my wife, who has all this knowledge, I don't know where she got it from, I was ready to cut one of these babies and dry it out and make a bamboo pole. But you can't do it. That's not how it works. You have to wait for this bamboo to age, and then it will harden on its own and it will turn like a yellowish color. That's when you cut it. That's when you dry it. That's when you can make a 15, 20 foot long bamboo cane pole and use it to go fishing. So that's in the future. So I'm very happy that we've gotten things underway here. And instead of coming up to a bare, boring second floor space, which is incredibly large, we now have filled it with some beautiful plants, and it's just another outdoor space that we can relax and enjoy and just, you know, blend it into the landscape here, the views and everything. And in cooler months, during the rainy season, during the winter season when temperatures are moderate for, you know, between the rainy season and the winter season when temperatures are just gorgeous, you know, you're talking 5 months in total that, you know, and even on the super hot days, you know, hot and humid days, you don't want to be up here. We could hook up a fan. We could hook up a big fan, which would help a lot. We may even get one of those misting type of deals and hook that up to the top here, maybe just above the sitting area, so that the mist will flow down, and that just, those misting watering things that you can install, oh, they make things feel so cool, so much cooler. So that's a possibility in the future as well. We've got lighting, and we're going to get some of those Chinese stone-made kind of cool-looking lanterns that you can put a candle inside. And that's another thing that now that I'm just talking with you, I'm also gathering more inspiration and ideas. We'll get some softer, more subtle LED lighting up here that's not very bright, and make this almost like a fairy-like kind. I hate to use the term, but I'm going to go ahead and use it in context, like a magical kind of space up here where you can come up here at night, you know, and like mosquitoes and flying bugs and insects are not a big deal in Vietnam, which has really surprised me and has continued to surprise me for all the years that I've been out here. Now, I'm not saying there are none, but it's just not like the invasion and craziness that you would think, where it's like, oh, you can't even go outside in Vietnam, forget about it. Too many flies, mosquitoes, flying insects and creatures. It's just impossible to enjoy the outdoors. That is not true. It's quite the opposite. However, we will get some mosquito repellent devices or coils or whatever, so when we're out here, we don't have to worry about that. That's an easy solution right there. So there you go, folks. I hope this hasn't bored you. I hope you have enjoyed this, seeing how we've come along with the second floor patio space. About 70% there. We still got a ways to go, but Boy, it sure is nice to have what we have now. I could live with it just like it is now. It's just gorgeous and beautiful.